Hey everyone, it's Caliverse32 Special. I'd like to do a review of my Bushnell spotting scope. As you can see, it comes in a hard case. Also has a, if I can get it out, there we go. Fits a little tight, which is good because it doesn't slop around. Has a soft carry case if that's what you prefer. Comes with a shorty bipod. Has limited height adjustability. Also, loosen this up so we can get it off. There we go. This particular mount has the ability to be clamped to a car window if you want to use it for bird watching or other observations, whether you're scouting an area for an upcoming hunt or camping location on the next hillside, whatever it is you want to use it for. This is the Bushnell, Trophy, X65, 65mm objective lens, fairly traditional standard ocular lens. It is a 20 to 60 variable power with focus knob. Glass clarity is good for a budget scope. I do not have any experience with more expensive scopes. Just as on a working budget, I picked this one up through Midway USA for, I believe it was on sale, so I got it for a little better price. It's currently listed on Midway as at $260 for everything you see here. It is the Trophy Extreme, and it does come with a lens cloth. Standard instruction manual, parts guide, how-tos, all that good stuff. I primarily use this at the range. I have it set up on the bench next to my rifle rest, so that way between ceasefires I can fire a group, look down range, identify where my rounds are impacting, and make adjustments, whether I'm zeroing, practicing for wind, or just practicing in general with my rifles. The glass clarity on this is good. At 100 yards, I can easily spot my impacts from as small as a 223. Compare it against a Leopold or a Zeiss or Night Force. I'm sure those will have features this one does not, but those will also most likely run you more than the 260 there on Midway. If you can find it locally for a better price, fantastic. It is threaded, so it can take a sunshade. I do not own one. When you mount it on your either window or bipod, it has the ability to be able to rotate, relative to the base if need be. Being a straight neck, you do have to be sitting right behind it. So if your rest is here, you do have to break from your rifle to lean over and look, versus a bent neck, which you could have angled, allowing you to just turn your head to look through the spotting scope. If that matters to you, then I encourage you to find something that works. One critique, or one thing I would change, that I plan on changing, is actually my bipod. Or tripod, I guess is more accurate. Being that this is a short one, it has to sit on the bench next to my gun rest. Next to my rifle rest, excuse me. With that, I feel it is in prime territory to get bumped by the forward hand or the barrel of the rifle if you're having to move it much, or anything that's forward of you, and it could knock it off the table, it could knock it so it's not pointing in the right direction anymore, whatever the case may be. Being that this thread pitch should be standard, as most are. We'll see if it is or not. I plan on getting myself a taller tripod, which will allow me to set the scope on the ground next to the bench, a little farther away, so I have to lean a little more to it, but it will also put the scope in a safer position. In my mind, it'll be worth it, rather than not damage my scope. Is there anything I left unsaid? Except for don't drop it. My suggestion on transport, if you're having to carry your scope for long distance, maybe if you're using it as, in the field, carrying it in place of binoculars, on a hunt, then the soft bag will probably work, in your pack, assuming you remember not to, as long as you don't fall in your pack, you remember not to drop your pack, whatever. As I tend to be a little paranoid with my optics, I transport mine exclusively in the hard case. So far, my experience with this scope has not shown it to be temperature sensitive, which is a major plus out at the range. If you're shooting in a shaded area or a sunny area, something halfway in between. I've used it in the winter where the temperature, mind you, I am here in California, so sometimes we have warm winters where it was perfectly functional in 50 degrees. I've also used it in the summer where it was 95. The scope, clarity, function, workability, whatever other term you want to use for it did not change. Allowed me to still do exactly what I needed it to, even though I had, in hot weather I had to let the rifle barrel cool off more often. But the scope didn't care. Hey guys, I want to say thank you for stopping by the channel. If you like the content, please like, share, subscribe. It all helps. drop a comment. You can either drop a comment on a video if you have questions about a topic, have suggestions for a topic, or you think I'm dead wrong and you want to tell me why. I'm cool with any of those. You also can go to the discussion portion of the page itself if you want to drop general channel comments. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram at Calaveras32Special, and also now on gunchannels.com at Calaveras32Special. Working on getting my product up over there as well. I encourage you to visit Gun Channels. It's an online community of like-minded individuals where topics covered over anything from firearms to politics to movies to just about anything. There's a lot, there's a 24-hour live lobby chat over there, and the topics range all gambits. Thank you for stopping by. Have a good night.